Hi guys, I'm very excited to be showing y'all my Christmas collection for this year. It is coming out a little bit later than I would like. I did have to take like a month off from new releases due to catching up on orders, which hopefully I won't have to do that again. I still intend to get ahead on releases going forward. So this is just kind of something I'm trying to get up for you so you have something to purchase on Black Friday. And then I might take another week just kind of trying to design ahead for some things. And then we'll try to resume regular weekly releases. But I am very excited about this collection. So I did foil this in light gold. It kind of doesn't really match the mock spread that I'm doing. But I really just wanted to see this in a gold or a silver. Because that's going to be the best for like marketing photos. So I'm kind of trying to make that work. And also my laminator was not having a fun day. So any black spots that you see are just for these demo sheets only. They will not be on your sheets if you order them. That goes for any other imperfections as well. So let's go ahead and get into it. So this is a very generic Christmas collection. I am going to do a snowflake collection later this year that can be used with winter spreads. And then if you want more exclusive Christmas stuff, there is a lot in the Advent for this year. The Advent is an amazing deal. And it has like a lot of Christmas stuff and a lot of new exclusive anytime stuff as well. Outside of this collection will be the only thing that I release in, around Christmas and the shop officially for this year. Next year, of course, there will be different stuff, but that will be for next year. So let's go ahead and get into it. We'll start with the confetti full box overlays, which as usual come in several different sizes and corner options. This is the most full version, which has stuff around all of the sides and corners. So you can see the little Christmassy elements we have in there. We've got the tree, the sleigh, and Santa hat, stocking, ornaments, cotton candy, not cotton candy, candy cane. Sorry, the other thing with candy in it. And then the little bow, of course, which I had to put right at the top because that seemed like the perfect place for it. So we have a bit of a more sparse confetti design, bigger elements, fewer elements, kind of trying out this style. It still manages to look more subtle somehow. Even though I kind of like made everything bigger, I feel like, I don't know, I like how it looks. I think it will definitely help the clip art pop better if the foil is more subtle. So we got that going on, and then we have the 4-corner option, which doesn't have anything on the sides, just the corners. And this is the medium confetti size, which confetti refers to just like all of these elements. So this is a medium size. 4-corner also comes in 3-corner, so if you have clip art in a corner that you don't want to cover up, the sheet is for that, as well as 2-corner, which has your typical slanted corner option, and then the bottom 2 and top 2, which are great for fashion boxes, where there's usually like a big hair going on or big dress that you don't want to cover up. That's perfect for that. And then we have the small size, which I only made slightly smaller, otherwise we would start losing detail, especially in the snowflakes. So it is slightly smaller than the medium, but we'll cover up even less of the clip art. So we have the same corner options for the small size, starting with 4, and then 3, and then 2. So you get plenty of options, so you can kind of look at the boxes that you have to use in whatever kit you're buying this for, and you can make decisions based on that if you purchase this a la carte. Or what a lot of people do is they purchase the bundle, and then if they need extra overlays or a specific corner option, they'll purchase that in addition. So we have that, and then we have our tall box sheet, of course. This size is like 2 times the height of a standard full box, and that works with SPC tall boxes, Caress Press tall boxes, and Apple Blossom prints. And this shorter size is 1.5 times the height of a full box, and that works with Glam Planner. So whichever one you need, this sheet has both. And then we have some flag overlays here as well, so you can see what those look like. And then, of course, a companion to that is our big box overlay, which a lot of shops are doing big boxes these days, so this becomes more and more useful. This comes in the tall and the short size. The tall size is good for Apple Blossom Prints and Glam Planner. The short size works with paper candy art. There are other shops that have big boxes now. I can't remember off the top of my head who I bought from that had one. I think it was Planet Fancy. So I haven't tested the size out with that, but when in doubt, just buy the taller size and you can trim it down if you need to. There's only a few millimeters difference between the two sizes. So it's pretty easy to kind of just finagle it. So that is that. And then for the quote boxes, we have this set. As usual, 2 of them are more busy and have the full confetti around them. So if you have a pattern full box that has like nothing on it, then you can cover up the whole thing with foil with one of these, or if you're using it over a box that has like more clip art, then you can grab one of these more subtle ones. So we have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas, we have Baby It's Cold Outside, which these lines aren't quite thick enough to get folded properly, so I am going to reformat that. So when you see it in the shop, that's going to be like the thicker line version, so you won't have these black spots right there. And then we have Jingle All the Way, and It's the Most Wonderful Time of the Year. So we got some options for that. And then for the double box scenes, we have the standard confetti double box scene at the top. And then for the fun one, I kind of brought back the Thanksgiving design. Well, I think I've used this for a few designs now, but I really liked the wreath in the middle, so we have a little Christmas wreath. And then we have the little Merry Xmas banner. And then we have the little sleigh and ornament and candy cane with the bow in the bottom corners, and then some snowflakes scattered throughout. I'm trying to make these a little bit more subtle, because double box scenes usually have a lot going on. So there's 2 kind of subtle options for you. And if you're using a kit that has more than one double box scene, which most of them do these days, I feel like, not most, maybe like 40% of them do, then you would grab the sheet a la carte. And then for the full box overlays, I did like a really random assortment because I wanted to do all of these designs. And so I just decided to put them all on one sheet. So these don't really look like they go together, but they're all Christmassy. So we have just the border with the bow. And then we have the little outdoor Christmas scene with Santa in his sleigh. And then we have some hanging ornaments. And then we have string lights. Like those are like little ornament string lights, like the kind you would put on the Christmas tree. So just some fun Christmas overlays there. For some reason, I have these in a weird order to where I did not start with the underlays, which I usually do. So we're going to do those now. As usual, I have the large and medium patterns. So the large is the busiest one. Very small elements. I did use a little bit larger confetti, even though the elements are still very small and there's snowflakes in there as well. So I think this really turned out good. Usually I'm not as huge a fan of the large pattern in my shop. Usually I like the more fun patterns better, but I really like this large one. So if you use a lot of boxes and labels throughout the course of your day by day, you're going to want to grab this pattern so that you can see more of the designs peeking out from behind those boxes because they're so small and tiny, I guess. Forget what other adjective I was going with there, but yeah, so you'll still be able to see what they are. However, if you like the more sparse look, we do have the medium, which is pretty much the same pattern, but more sparse. And then for the fun designs, the first one is the ornament pattern. So we have alternating ornaments and bows. And the ornaments have different things on them. We have like the classic one with the stars, and we have a snowflake, the sleigh, and then the candy cane with the little stars around it. And then I really love the alternating bows in between them. So we have that. And then for the other fun pattern, we have Santa's sleigh with the reindeer. It was really hard to arrange these in like a pattern, but I just really wanted to use the sleigh and reindeer motif for the underlays. So I kind of just layered them like this, so they're going in opposite directions. It really just looks like a lot of rains going on. And then I put some stars in the background and some moons on the left side because that's where there was room to put them. So yeah, that's a really fun reindeer underlay pattern. And then I did reformat the Dangles and Swoops sheet. I reformatted a couple sheets for this collection actually. But our dangles are largely the same, except they are a little bit smaller and there's different size dots in there. And then the tiny ones are even more tiny, but they have the same like large and small dot patterns. And then the teeny tiny ones are made even smaller as well. and I decided to keep it simpler, and I only used 2 icons for at least the dangles. So we only have the bow and the Christmas tree, just to keep things simple and cohesive if you want to use them all over. And of course you can cut them down to whatever size you want. So I really like the more dainty look of that, and especially with the swoops. So instead of individual swoops that were kind of large and clunky, I decided to slim them down and make them more dainty. These are the types of swoop and garland arrangements that you can find in the more foil heavy style of planning that I tend to prefer, and I prefer bringing that kind of like layering into my style of planning instead of just like going full hog with the foil, just bringing in little bits and pieces. So starting with this swoop and garland arrangements. So we have some garland already layered for you here. We got some little ornaments, which is what those are in there, and then little Christmas trees as well. So we have various elements for that, or various arrangements rather. And these will work over full boxes, and the more subtle ones I think will work over half boxes as well. And then I did have a couple where I put in some dangles on the side there. So you have the swoops and dangles already pre-layered for you, so it's super easy to just grab those and put those over a full box, and you don't have to use any brain power as to how you're going to layer it. And then I have some smaller, just like corner arrangements as well, including those, if you need a more subtle look. So these are kind of an alternative to using the confetti full box overlays, because obviously it won't really work too well if you have confetti in the corners and then you have this going on, because this will get lost in the confetti. But if you want a more subtle look, then these are perfect for that. However, I think I'm going to get a lot of fun using these over half boxes. I'm not too sure how it's going to look, but I'm going to try it and we're going to see. So yeah, I love those. I'm probably going to use the same like base pattern for each collection and then just like switch out the tiny little elements in there. But I may experiment more. I may make certain patterns like on their own individual mini sheets. So let me know if you have like a favorite that you want to use, or let me know like any other type of arrangement that you want to see for these sheets, or if you want like a full sheet of dangles and a full sheet of these layering elements again, or if you want me to go back to the original swoops, I can also just like make them smaller like that, but still individual if you want to do it yourself. Always open to feedback, but I think I'm gonna get a lot more fun out of this sheet now that it's reformatted. So those are the quarter sheets. Now we have these smaller sheets. Actually, hang on just a second. I forgot to bring one sheet over here. Let me go grab that. Okay, so the last quarter sheet that I forgot to mention is the Christmas script sampler, which I have here unfoiled. You can purchase it in any foil color, of course, or unfoiled like this. So this is, I think, the first script sampler that includes all 5 of my new block fonts, plus the new hybrid style font. I think this is the first one that does that. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it is very exciting because everything looks very cohesive now. So we have our larger scripts up here. We have various versions of like stuff that you can mark on Christmas Day. So we have Christmas Day right here with the lined fill font, and then Christmas also with the lined fill. These small ones will actually fit in little things as well. Or you can use them in half boxes and use a giant like Christmassy icon, which I would probably use the Christmas Day one for that. And then if you just want to mark like Christmas dinner, then we have that down there as well. That is in the no fill. And then we have Christmas Eve, of course. That's full fill. Church is in full fill, as well as Merry Christmas, which is another one you can use for Christmas Day. And then we have Decorate over here. And I think that is in the modern fill. And then we have Decorate Tree as well, which is in the lined fill. And then we have Visit Santa. I think that's also modern fill. And Ice Skating, no fill. Holiday Photos in the half fill. Christmas Movie Marathon, lined fill. Christmas Carols in the half fill. I'm going to stop saying that because y'all can clearly see what the pattern is. And then we have Baked Cookies, and then Open Gifts. This will be great for a square box. So we'll Visit Santa, I think. I'm pretty sure. And then another Baked Cookies in case you want to do it twice during the Christmas season. So plenty of options there. And then for the smaller ones, these will fit in little things or fancy labels. We have Ice Skate, Buy Gifts, Open Gifts, Hot Cocoa, which I fit in here a couple more times because that was the only thing that would fit twice in this space. Send cards, like Christmas cards, Holiday Market, Letter to Santa, Wrap Gifts, and another Buy Gifts because you might be going Christmas shopping twice, and then another Ice Skate because it's another thing you might do twice. So that is the Christmas script sampler. All right, now for the tinier sheets, which we'll start with the larger tiny ones, which the deco sheet has been reformatted. I decided that we didn't need such a huge deco sheet. I feel like a lot of people are not going to use that much, especially if they are buying like one foil set for one specific kit and that's it. Like, you're going to end up with a ton of leftover. Like, you know, if you're buying the Nightmare Before Christmas collection for like a specific kit that you need it in like silver foil for, you're probably not going to get a ton of use out of all of that deco sheet. So yeah, we're just going to shrink that down to this smaller 6 sheet size, and I'm still kind of doing the same like size variation. So we have our larger ones at the bottom, and then our more medium ones, and then we have the tiny clusters, and then the tiny ones that are not clustered. And then if there's like a single element that I feel like you could get a lot of use out of having a ton of, then I'll put that at the top. So we have our little bows, which are the Christmas bow that you see throughout the collection. But you know me, I like to use tiny bows on character stickers, so like that's kind of what I'm planning to do with those. But yeah, we've got a Christmas tree, sleigh, ornament, candy cane, a stocking, a Santa hat, and then this row is just the bows and snowflakes, and then we have each one kind of made into a teeny tiny icon as well. So that's our little deco sheet. I really love this sheet. It's super cute. And then of course we have our corners. So we got our 2 sets of medium corners, which are the same as the confetti full box overlay pattern, just like the corners are cut out in case you want to kind of make your own full box overlays. And then we have the small size as well. And then we have the ones that I make up just for this sheet, which are even more subtle and dainty. And these are also great for half boxes and third boxes, which I love putting on them. So we actually got to fit 2 full, or actually that's 4 full sets right there, which is awesome that they all fit. Oops. So that is the corners. And then we have the dividers sheet, which we have the little dainty ones there, which are the Christmas trees with the stars in between them. Usually those are just confetti dots, but I thought stars would be more appropriate. Then we have our alternating bow and ornament pattern, which you will see throughout the collection. We have that on underlays, as you saw. You'll see it coming up on some 15mm bottom washi. We have it in the dividers, and we have it in the headers as well. So I decided to keep that motif going if you want it to be all matchy-matchy. And then we have candy canes, and then we have just the simple line ones, which are Christmas trees, bows, and sleighs. And the dividers will also probably be getting a reformat. I don't think this sheet will be reformatted. I think I'm just going to try different styles and like offer those as additional sheets. So we have this, and this sheet will also be available on Premium Matte in case you're using really busy underlays and you want to use these as like dividers that go over the underlays, in which case you will want that white border around it so you can actually see what the divider looks like and it won't get lost in the underlays. So there's that, and then I decided to do an additional deco sheet, which could also be an additional dangles sheet for this collection because I just had to do a whole page of the hanging ornaments. So you can kind of do whatever you want with these. Full boxes, half boxes, third boxes. Up at the top in the deco section, use these wherever you want. Go crazy. There's 2 sizes, the larger size and the smaller size. And the larger size has 2 heights. You can, of course, cut these to whatever heights you want, but I decided to give you guys a longer string and then a shorter string, and then the teeny tiny ones down here. So I love this sheet as well. I think I'm going to get a ton of use out of this sheet and the deco sheet as well. And I think these are both going to be listed under the deco sheet listing. And then for the teeniest sheet size, we have our hole reinforcers as always. with our Christmassy designs in there. There are 18 per sheet. I think 12 is standard per spread, so if you're going to use these for more than one spread, you'll have to get a couple. And then we have our 3 header options as usual. We have the little sleigh and reindeer, which I think is super cute. And then we have the bow and ornament, like I said. And then we have the confetti. So each of these has 11 headers. So if you want just like one design, you can only buy 2 sheets, and that'll give you 22. So that should be fine based off a minimum of 21. If you use more in the sidebar, you'll need to get 3. And then if you want one of each design, you'll just pick up all 3, which will be the same price as how it used to be when these were all on one sheet. So that is the tiny sheets. Now let's get into the washi. So we have our just like basic mixed version here, which I incorporated some snowflakes into this instead of just like leaving the elements plain and alternating, just to make it a little more fun, which I love how this turned out. So we have all of our elements and then snowflakes in between them, and then we have some deco over here. We have a sleigh and a little snowflake cluster. So this is like the most boring basic version. And then, like I hinted at earlier, we do have the ornaments and bows alternating if you want to pull that in to make everything match. We have our ornament and 2 tiny bows for deco. And then I did go ahead and turn the hanging ornaments into bottom washi as well, and I'm literally obsessed with this. I think it looks so cool. And then this cluster over here is cut, so you can use this as like a full box overlay. You can just put this at the top of your full box and have little ornaments all hanging off of it. So these are a cluster all together, which I'm not going to lift them up because this is a sellable sheet, but it is all one piece for your convenience. And then we have a nice little subtle one, little ribbon with a bow, just like a wrapped present, so you can turn your bottom washi into a little present for Christmas. Super cute. And then this one up here could be a divider, or to my way of thinking, you could use this as a full box overlay as well and just put this kind of near the top. That would be really cute. So we have that one, and then of course we have the string of Christmas lights, a classic. And then this could also be a divider or a full box overlay as well. And then we have our confetti, and then our flag overlays as well. And then if you're using a glam planner kit, you're going to want to, or a Planet Fancy kit, you're going to want to grab the 10 and 7 millimeter overlays as well, which I always try to make a kind of unique design. Well, this top strip is always going to be the same confetti as from the headers, but I always try to do a completely unique one for the 10 millimeter. So we have the tree and present alternating. So you can pair any 15 millimeter with that, and it will all look unique. A lot of people seem to really like the confetti as the third one. However, in this case, I could also recommend these string lights, or not the string lights, which are these, but rather the hanging ornaments. And also these flag overlays are, I believe, glam planner sized. It might be old format though. Anyway, that's that. And then if you have a 30 to 32 millimeter strip that you don't want to cut, then you're going to want to grab the 32 millimeter overlay, which I had to go with this Christmas train because I'm obsessed with trains and I'm obsessed with Christmas. So this was like a dream come true. I could not pass up the chance to do this. I'm obsessed with this. It is so adorable. A Christmas train with all these Christmassy elements in there. We got our trees, our presents, little sleigh with presents, snowman. I don't know how he's surviving on there unless this is an outdoor train, which it must be. We have candies and candy canes. We have our little rocking horse, ice skates, snow globe, which the last 2 are also deco elements because I always try to put unique deco on this sheet that you won't get on the deco sheet. And then, so there's 2 options for the right-hand side, one of them with the weekend banner, one of them without, because some people still like to use the weekend banner, so it's already built into that one if you want to use it. And then there's one for the left-hand side. So if you put it all together in a row, it just looks like one Christmas train, which I'm literally so obsessed with this. And I think I will be using this one for the mock spread. So I'm psyched. And now let's go over the kit, which is the last portion. or rather the foil bundle. I think those terms are interchangeable at this point. But this foil bundle, as usual, comes in 2 different sizes, the Ultimate and the Mini. The Mini does not have underlays, and for the Ultimate, you can choose whatever underlays you want from the ones that are available in the collection. If you do want plain underlays, like just plain confetti ones, you can purchase those a la carte in the Basics collection. And you can just purchase the Mini foil bundle, so you can pair whatever underlays you want with that. This is also available unfoiled if you want to foil it yourself, or any of the 46 foil colors available in my shop. So for the first page, we have our full box overlays. We have 2 in the full confetti size. We have 2 medium 4-corner, 2 medium 2-corner, and then the confetti double box scene. For the second and third pages, they're both underlays. I just foiled these in large for demonstration purposes. Or not foiled, I printed these in large. And then we have our headers and deco. So for the headers, you do get 1 of each design. This is how the sheets used to look when I sold them all together on 1/4 sheet. And then for the deco, you do have both of the deco sheets on there because they are now mini sheets. I just decided to combine them for this bundle. So you have the mini deco and the hanging ornaments. And in future collections where I don't have like a separate deco sheet, I usually put the dividers in this space. But let me know if there's something else you would want to see there instead, like the corners maybe. And then for the 4th page, we have our bottom washi, which I always do like the most basic one up here, and then the confetti down here. So if you want a different 15mm, you can just buy that a la carte. We also have the weekend banner, date dots, tiny decos of various designs, and then plain dividers. And then we have the optional add-on sheet for both the Ultimate and the Mini, which has 2 extra underlays, which are a set design. So I chose the ornaments design for this page, 2 medium 3-corner, 2 from the full box overlay sheet, and then 2 from the quote overlay sheet. And I usually do like a more full one and a more subtle one, because I don't know which box you're going to cover up with that. So I give you both options. And that is the bundle. So I'm going to show you the mock spread before I put everything down on it. I'm using a Simply a Mess kit because I can't really use her format anymore, and I just had this in my collection. I actually didn't even have a little things page with this kit, so there was no way I was going to be able to get any use out of it because I use literally 40 little things per spread, usually at least. So yeah, there's no way I was going to get any use out of this except as a mock spread. So here we are. You can see that I'm not too sure how much the light gold matches, but we're going to make it work anyway. So yeah, really cute doggy, and I really want to eat those and him in that house. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and lay down all of the foil bits, and then I will come back and show you how it looks all laid out. So I will see you in 1 second. Okay guys, so welcome to my favorite mock spread of all time. I took an excessively long time with this one because, oh my god, I was having so much fun playing with all of the new dangles and garlands and the little ornaments. I just went crazy. I could not get enough. I had to put every single one down. So as you can see, or as you may or may not have noticed, I had a little quarter life crisis when I didn't have room to put this last one. So I literally cut this box and moved stuff around so I could put this there and put that garland on it. I just needed to have all of them down. Oh, I just realized that I didn't even put any other deco at the top, and I'm just flinging it all over the spread. But yeah, I got like way too excited decorating this, so you can only imagine how crazy it's gonna be when I actually start doing spreads with this collection. But yeah, here you can kind of get an idea of where to use these little deco bits. They fit kind of perfectly in between the larger deco pieces that you get in your kits, and they can also just fit throughout the spread. As you may have noticed I do in my plan with me's, I tend to look for blank places in the spread, in like boxes. Like if there's like a huge amount of empty space between like where I write the event or where I use the script and the icon sticker, I'll typically fill that in with some kind of little foiled deco element. So this could be perfect for that. And then the slightly larger ones can also fit up here, but I've used them like pretending that they're little icon stickers throughout the spread as well. As you can see, I do that pretty much every mock spread. And then of course these little bits would go over the character stickers, the little bows. So yeah, basically that's where the deco is. You got your page flag overlays up here. You can see the overlays. We got our quote ones. This is the full cover quote. That is the empty one, which I blinged out by adding the garland and then adding my own hanging ornaments, which you can see they are not straight at all because I was just so excited. I put them down without making sure they were straight. Here we have two of the corners at the bottom. This is the small size confetti, I think. No. Nope. These are both the dainty corners, I believe. So yeah, what I was referring to was over here we have like the medium size confetti corner and then the dainty one over here. So that's how you can kind of make your own, because I didn't want to cover up too much of this bow in this corner. So I used garland at the top. This was like a pre-made arrangement, and then I used two different corners at the bottom instead of like grabbing a full cover confetti overlay, which is seen there. We have the double box scene one there, the full cover there, two corner there, and yeah, I think that is it for those. Unless you can see I brought in the dangles of both kinds kind of throughout. You can make your own fun little arrangement. I brought some into the boxes, but not many. I mostly used the decorative corners in the boxes. We got our divider there and there. The little garland arrangements, a corner. You can see the headers as well, the 3 different types of headers going on. There's the candy cane divider. Then we have the sleigh divider. There's that arrangement that I desperately had to make. And then I like this one up here with the corner plus the 2 hanging ornaments, which is funny because I never use this vertical half box in my spreads, but I use it in every single mock spread because it's just such a fun way to like show off the underlays plus like larger deco and then doing this. But I really need to, like, I don't have enough room ever to do that in like a day-by-day spread, but I wish I did. And then we have that divider, and then more garland, and then a big piece of deco over that, and then that divider as well. I love using this pre-made arrangement over here in the sidebar tracker because I usually like to actually write in my meals there. We have the little dainty divider, a corner, and I use the teeny tiny swoops there, which aren't nearly as many on this new formatted sheet as there used to be, so I kind of have to be frugal with the teeniest of swoops, but I do love them anyway. So we have those there, and then the bonamashi. Oh my god, I'm literally dying because this is my favorite thing of all time. Look at this train. Look at this Christmas train, and then look at the garlands in the corners of the train situation. This is my favorite bonamashi arrangement of all time. Please and thank you. So, oh my gosh, this is literally my favorite mock spread. Also, forgot to mention underlays, as usual. I have some that are covered, so you can see what they look like covered. Where's the medium? That's the medium. And then the ones that are uncovered, so you can just kind of see how they look laid down. So there's the gorgeous one with the sleigh, which turned out way better than I thought it would. And the ornaments are really cute as well. And the really busy large one, so you can see if you use a lot of labels, you can see stuff peeking out from behind them. And then there's the sleigh covered up. and the ornaments covered up. So plenty of fun options for you guys. This is literally my favorite thing ever. I'm so excited to use this for like literally all of my Christmas spreads. I am so psyched. So this collection will be in the shop tomorrow. I'm hoping to get this up Wednesday, so hopefully it's tomorrow. If I get this up late, then it's today. Welcome to Black Friday, happy Thanksgiving, and all that. But assuming I do get it up early, my Black Friday deals, I will do an announcement on Instagram. I probably have already done that by this point, but in case you pretty much only watch my YouTube and don't follow along on Instagram, I will put the graphic at the end of this video that like has all the info, but briefly summarized, I'm doing 20%, which is like my standard sale, from Black Friday, which is, well, all the deals start on Thanksgiving. So it's going to be from Thanksgiving through Cyber Monday, and it will end Cyber Monday night at 11:59 p.m. PST. So that will be just a 20% off going the entire time. And let's see, Small Business Saturday, there will be a promotion for double craft coins, which is like my loyalty point system on my website. And then Cyber Monday, there will be a Cyber Monday mystery, which will be an exclusive foil bundle, which as of filming, I have not even thought of what I'm going to do yet. So your guess will be as good as mine. It will be as much of a surprise to me as it will be to you, but it's going to be pretty anytime is the plan, so that you can order it and just know that you'll be able to match it with probably one kit that you'll use at some point in your life. So we'll have that going on. And then I'm not doing tiered freebies this year. Probably for next year I'll do that. I just didn't really have time to get them all together for this year. But I did do a freebie swap with one, potentially two shops. So the first 25 orders will get either one freebie from another shop or the two freebies, depending on if they come in time. So yeah, we'll have that going on. And I think I may have mentioned this, but the Advent will still be available during Black Friday, but it will not be included in the sale because you're already getting like a huge discount based on the retail price of those products. You're already saving like $120. So it's already a fantastic deal, and I highly suggest you pick it up if you have not already. The stuff in there is amazing. If you think this is amazing, some of the stuff in there is even better. Like, you may have been noticing that like some like iconic things are missing from this Christmas collection, and that is because they are in the Advent. However, there is one sheet from this collection that is in the Advent. I won't tell you what it is though, so it'll be a surprise. However, it is one that like if you buy another one, like you'll be fine, you'll be able to use it. So very exciting stuff. Happy shopping. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you want to like, comment, subscribe, and share, that would be amazing, and I will see you in my next video. Ciao, ciao.